Hope y'all had a good day. Hey, day was crazy. Was the busiest. A good day nonetheless. How you doing? Hey, Quisha. Hey, friend. Yeah. About to get into this. Let me talk about my own ish for a while. Okay. Yeah. Just wait for a few people to come on. So, before I get into that, I know y'all dying to hear, right? Like, why the hell would she spit on somebody? Before I get into that, this what I do want to start by saying this, and that's because, and I'm saying this because of the one. I have way more people who can resonate with the things that I'm sharing, who have reached out, messaged, called, inbox, telling me that they've experienced similar, they are currently going through whatever. This is an encouragement for them, an inspiration, so on and so forth. I have way more people with those kind of messages, just so y'all know. But I'm saying this because there are still some people who just can't help themselves other than to reach out to try to quiet me. Okay? No, and all that does is really let me know that what I'm talking about, it needs to be said. What I'm shedding light on, what I'm exposing, what I'm using to empower others, it needs to be done. That's what that lets me know by the people that keep coming to me, trying to silence me, trying to tell me that I need to take stuff down. Don't talk about stuff, don't air stuff out. I get it all. Shoot, you look mentally unstable when you're talking about this. You just look like a hurt person. You look like you're just so hurt. So, you look like you're hurt. You look like you're mentally unstable. You look like you're just a scorned woman. You look just bitter and vindictive. You're nobody's, you're not helping nobody. You just look like a vindictive, bitter, mentally. That's my father-in-law. 1 minute. I'm so sorry. I had to take that phone call. That's my father-in-law. And hey, when he called me, that's what it is, because I got respect for him like he's my father. Of anybody hey, that's my father. That's my father. So, and that's like also like my best friend. He tell me right and he tell me when I'm wrong. He not afraid to, he's not a yes man. My father-in-law ain't no mess man, and he hasn't missed a beat or none of this. But let me get back to what I was saying, though. And sorry about that brief interruption, but let me get back to this, though. Yeah, so I'm being told, people are trying to silence me. People do not want me to talk about this stuff. They're like, you need to go heal first. There are people still trying to.
Found a faster route via US 290 West, which saves 4 minutes.
Okay, I'll accept the faster route. Yeah, people are still trying to silence me and tell me that I need to be quiet. I shouldn't air it out. I should not put my business out, and telling me what people are going to think about me. People are going to think that you look crazy. You look like you're mentally unstable, and that's the problem now. That's the problem. Too many people concerned about how they going to look. To anybody who thinks I'm mentally, let me say this. To anybody who thinks she's just talking from a place of pain, she's just using Facebook to vent. You don't know me. You don't know me, and you don't know my pain, my hurt, or none of that. And just because I'm not still walking in pain, fresh pain, just because you missed that part, doesn't mean I didn't get to experience pain. And as a matter of fact, I'm still experiencing pain, and I'm okay with that. People keep on talking out of ignorance, saying you need to heal first. That's your ignorant minds. That's your ignorant minds. Heal first? No, that's your problem. That's why God can't really use you the way you need to be used by him. Because you trying to heal first before you share. You need a good 10 years after the issue done happened before you feel comfortable enough to share. Because God forbid anybody see an emotion like anger or hurt or pain. Y'all know these are normal emotions we're supposed to feel. Thank you for the stars, Misha. Thank you. But do y'all know that anger and pain, joy, happiness, all these different emotions this is part of our makeup. We're supposed to feel stuff. Why are people so afraid of, like, if somebody feels a certain way, if they feel any anger, if they feel any, because too many people out of their anger say the wrong things? I'm being careful about what I say so that I don't. And if I do, guess what? I'm human. But I'm being careful to really try to focus on sticking to the facts, and that's it. Okay? I am trying to focus on sticking to the facts. Thank you, Quisha, for the stars. Oh my goodness, y'all go, baby. Okay, but seriously, I'm trying to stick to the facts, and that's it. Expose and empower. Yes, it is time that the imposter that I married, Jeffrey Perkins, be exposed. Why does he have to be exposed? First of all, I need you to know, I don't go around, and I'm not that person. I'm not this judgmental person that goes around trying to pick out people's wrongs to expose them. I never do that. I never do that. It's people that have confided in me all types of deep, dark secrets. And don't nobody know but me and God. What do I need to expose them for? No, I want to help my sister or brother overcome it. I don't want to be quick to expose people and point out people's shortcomings. I got shortcomings of my own. So who am I to try to expose people like that? However, then you got other people who really do have an ill intent. Their intention is only to use people. They hide behind things like God. I just want to please God. I'm talking to God. I'm praying. They hide behind God. They hide behind their mental health. And really and truly, they have made a whole lifelong career out of using and abusing people. And meanwhile, the people, their family and friends, they think that they're this great guy. They think they're just a great guy because they left this trail of people that they misuse, but it's people that they've had these intimate relationships with who are too afraid to speak up. And then there's me. And then there's me. I have no fear, y'all. Just so you know, if I don't make it to see the morning, guess what I know? I know where my soul gonna be. And I know that ain't nobody gonna have to stand up and lie at my service and say I'm in a better place when really I'm burning in hell. That the devil is a lie. Nah, I know where my soul gonna be. I know where my soul, so I'm all right with it. So don't stop wasting y'all time with that, with trying to silence me. Don't do that. Don't, just save it. Why would I spit on my husband? Well, I've spit on him a few times. In the midst of my anger, it is not right at all. It's horrible. Like that's the most despicable, one of the most despicable things you can do to somebody is to spit on them, you know? Let me tell you what our days would look like, okay? He got out February the 7th of 2023. Mind you, he ain't been out 2 years. February 7th of 2023, he got out. The very next day, I believe it was a Wednesday, Thursday, he was in 5th Ward and 3rd Ward. When he first came home, he was on an ankle monitor, so he had an 8 o'clock curfew. So he couldn't just stay out till whenever. However, every day till curfew, he would be in 3rd Ward and 5th Ward. After a couple months of that, I'm like, hold on, why are you not looking for a job? After the first 2 weeks of it, and I'm like, okay, you want to look for a job? He like, dang, I just got home. I haven't seen people in years. I haven't seen these people in years. And you know what? You haven't seen these people in years. Guess what? They knew where you was at. Why was it that me and whoever you was cheating on me with at the time, since Cousin Pam really wasn't visiting, then, you know, those about 5 or 6 times over them years. But you see what I'm saying? So they knew where you was at. All those friends that he felt that he had to spend so much time with in 3rd Ward and 5th Ward, Why wasn't they on the road, writing letters, sending emails, and all of that on his behalf? I don't understand it. But nonetheless, and I mean day after day. I mean, like, I get up at like 4:30 in the morning to get ready to go to work, and day after day after day, he would be in 3rd Ward and 5th Ward. So literally, like every 2 weeks, I would let it go for about 2 weeks, and then it would build up. Because if you can imagine having a man that you are in love with, that you admire, you respect and everything, right? But to see him immediately get out and start hanging out over there every day, you holding down the bills by yourself, doing everything financially by yourself and for y'all, and every day that's how he's spending his time. Hey. Eventually, I would get to a point to where the arguments were so bad over it, and in the midst of those arguments, that's when that would happen. I spit on him. It's happened a few times in the midst of those arguments where I did. It was nothing that he did makes me spitting on him right. It's something that I'm embarrassed about, and it's not something that I'm proud of at all. It took a minute for me to because that's how disrespectful I felt. I felt so disrespected by what he was doing that I felt that the only way to, and I was just totally in my flesh, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to trump his disrespect. Because that was my attitude. I'm like, you know what? If he going to constantly, and I would tell him, if you brought to the table the right stuff for me to eat from, then I would be giving you the right things. But because you bring into the table disrespect, disloyalty, all of the things, you getting back. I'm either love you 10 times, tenfold more than you bring in love, or if you're going to bring disrespect, I'll trump that too 10 times. And that's just like, you choose which version of me you get. I know that's extreme. I know. Like I said, I'm not proud of it. It's embarrassing, like, to spit on somebody. But that's what would happen, Shit, I found crack in the house. The first time I found crack in the house, it happened that day. I went off. All the way off. I wanted him. I tried to kick him out. He wouldn't leave. I went off. I couldn't believe I found crack in my house. Like, the day I seen it on the floor in the bathroom, I was like, I know you lying. Like, I know that ain't no bag with no rocks in it. And then when I saw it was crumbs, I was so hurt, because then I'm like, he's smoking. I would wake up 3, 4 in the morning. The way people may sit in their garage with the garage up in the daytime, just getting fresh air, sitting in their garage. He would be sitting in the garage at 3, 4 in the morning, just sitting in the garage with the garage up. Paranoid, extra paranoid, telling me it's a man down in the bushes and all this here. Crazy paranoid. I asked him, hey, is it anything going on you want to talk about? Is it any drug problem? Let me know. I can help you. I'm a drug counselor. Let me know. I can help you. Like, what is it? Hell no. That's so. Don't you ever disrespect me by asking me if I'm on drugs. That's how he would respond. He would blow up. I'm like, okay. I wake up one morning, 5 in the morning. Mind you, he's not a morning person. He one of them people that wake up angry in the morning. He just wake up angry because he's bitter and because of the seeds he sown. And so people like that, they don't even get to wake up with joy. He wakes up angry, And so I never forget. One morning I wake up and he's in the bathroom sitting on the toilet, y'all. But I go in there because I hear him like mumbling. He on Facebook Messenger talking to some female that's calling him at 5 in the morning. I go off then. I go off. We got into it bad. Imagine having a bad argument. I mean, where y'all, the disrespect and the loud cursing and yelling and bitches and this and that, hoes and all of that. 6 in the morning. 5 in the morning before you go to work. That's right. He be angry because he can't get that high. You're right. A lot of people know about different drugs, and some of them, they make you very, very irritable when you don't have them in your system. It's only a few drugs that do that. It is pouring down out here, y'all. It is pouring down. Yeah, so, when I got up at 5 in the morning and he was in the restroom with somebody, and then he turns it on. So I'm like, give me the phone. Call her. What is she talking, and what are y'all doing on the phone at 5 in the morning? Like, for what? That's beyond disrespectful. Who is this? Why I ain't never heard of her? Why I ain't never heard of this friend? Where's she, like, you know? And he like, man, that girl like a sister to me. Really? Really? And then it was, well, why you going through my phone? Why you going through my phone? Anytime it was something with a female at Facebook, it was, why you going through my phone? This is typical narcissistic behavior. Typical narcissistic behavior. Hey, I know a lot of people throw that name around so loosely nowadays, and really and truly not everybody fits that description. People don't, you're right, a lot of people don't be knowing what they're talking about. Everybody's not a narcissist. However, you read up on it, and if the behavior's there, is there. Like, you know, but those were the times though. I've done it. I bust the window out of his car. I've done it. I've bleached his clothes before. I've done it. After so many months, and this is going on for months. Months. And months. This is going on for months, y'all. Even when he did start working, as soon as he get off work, he'd be right in 3rd Ward and 5th Ward. Get off work and go there. It took forever for us to break that cycle. And a lot of major arguments in the process of breaking that cycle. And he would stop for maybe a week or two. He would chill out and be just so loving, just so caring, just so there and present. And then he started right back, 3rd Ward and 5th Ward all day long. He would even leave work early just to go to 3rd Ward and 5th Ward. He was leaving work early so much, they put him on probation and told him, if you leave work early one more time without a doctor's note, you will be terminated. This is what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with, even when you're not working, not want to even help clean up. We would have arguments about, well, damn, you could at least clean up. Nope, if that was an argument. You get up on Saturdays, 3rd Ward, 5th Ward. I'm like, damn, you can't even help me clean up on Saturday before you leave? You got to just hit the streets and be in 3rd Ward and 5th Ward all day long? Even on Saturdays? Like, that was an argument. Everything was argument. Even to clean up the house. To clean up your own house. What man will let your wife go to work all day long and leave a basket of clean clothes unfolded for like days on end? How? No. That's not okay. That's not okay. Like, and so as a woman, when I would deal with all of this disrespect over and over and over, it seemed to be just continuous. Like, it just was not, I couldn't catch a break. I couldn't catch a break with the disrespect. I was blowing up. I was losing myself. Last summer was the hardest. It was a very difficult time last summer. I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about what happened last summer. Last summer was my breaking point. I'm going to talk about that in a different live, about what happened last summer. But today, because I know a lot of what I've been sharing and a lot of what I'm sharing is going to be about him. It is, because I'm exposing Jeffrey Perkins for the imposter that he is. And I'm okay with it. I'm sharing, not my truth, because it's always, well, that's your truth and that's their truth, and then no, I'm sharing the facts. I'm sharing the truth. I have no need to lie on him at all. None at all. The devil would try to use people to discourage you from talking and from sharing and from speaking out loud, but I can't be silenced. I cannot. I can't. He would do stuff and then love overkill. Look into post-incarceration syndrome. I can see it. I can see the signs. Inability to have a healthy relationship. Take everything so offensively. Constantly on guard. Unable to manage emotions. Unable to emotionally regulate. Extra paranoid. Extra hard. Post-incarceration syndrome. Dang, it is pouring down, y'all. I can't wait to get home. Wow, I got a 41-minute drive still. He probably was using drugs while he was locked up. That's where it started. You're right. You're right. He may have been. You was a damn good wife. I'm so glad you speaking out, exposing and empower. See what I'm saying? And so let somebody else tell it. Y'all are only saying that because y'all are afraid to tell me the truth. All of the people who have inboxed me, called me, who leaving messages saying, I'm glad you're speaking out, or you're helping me, or you're encouraging me, or you're empowering me, or I've experienced that, or you're helping me today. All of those people are only saying what they think I want to hear because I'm mentally unstable. I'm mentally unstable and bitter and vindictive and only out to drag him through the mud. Like to drag, no. He got himself in the mud. He been in the mud his whole life. He grew up in the mud and ain't never got out of it. Yeah, some people say they got it out the mud. He got in the mud and never got out of the mud. He's made a career, a lifetime career of using women. That's it, just using women. Unable to stand on his own as a man, unable to, no. It's bad and good people in the world. The imposters, especially the Jesus imposters, the ones that's constantly claiming, for real. But the ones that's constantly claiming, oh yeah, I pray with God, I pray. Expose their ass. I'm sorry, y'all. Start exposing people. We would probably have a whole lot less bullcrap, unnecessarily bullcrap in the world when people expose. Too many people get to live a life that this fake life, this imposter type of life, go around just hurting people, leaving a trail of broken people because everybody they touch they want to use and abuse and take advantage of. I sacrificed. I was on the road for 4.5 years. Every other weekend. 3 hours there, 3 hours back. I did that. Being faithful. I did that. There are times this man is so insecure. Anytime we in public, let us walk by a man. If a man is walking by us, very clear. Man, you better hold your head down. As soon as a man is approaching us, he gonna either whisper in my ear or look at me and say, you better hold your fucking head down. He had an issue. He didn't want me to make eye contact with any other man, ever. If I was with him in public, I needed to hold my head down. One day, in conversation with his Aunt Maddie, I mentioned that to her. And I said, I don't know how it came up, but I said, oh, because your nephew, anytime we in public, oh, I know how it came up because she's kind of messy. Yeah, I know how it came up. I know it came up because I had an issue with something she wanted to do because she was being messy. And I said, this the same person. My husband don't even want me to hold my head down in public when we walking past another man. He tell me to hold my head down. And she said, what? Do you know that evening he came home pissed off? He said, you told my auntie? He said, why the hell you tell my auntie I make you hold your head down in public when we walking by a man? I said, was I lying? He said, I would never. When he squints his eyes like this, that mean he's serious, y'all. That mean he mean business. He do this. I would never. So he looked at me, he said, I would never tell your family stuff. I would never. What about the times you done spit on me? You done bleach my clothes? I would never tell your family. I said, probably because they would ask you what in the world was going on. What happened? Because, yeah, I'm a sweet person. Yeah, I'm a sweet person. I don't wake up and spit in nobody's face. Especially my husband that I want to love. I don't even like to curse at him. Didn't like to. No. Who would want to do that? But yeah. And so he was so mad that I told his aunt that he wanted me to hold my head down anytime we walk past another man in public. He said, you know what? Look wherever you want to look. You ain't got to hold your head down no more. I don't give a you ain't got to hold your head down. Don't you tell nobody I made you hold your head down. I don't care where you look. And I said, Jeff, why is it that, see what I'm saying? He didn't want his family to think of him as that type of person. Because soon as I mentioned it to his aunt said, what? She said, you got to be kidding me. Hold your head down. I said, yeah. I said, I don't care because I don't care to look at nobody anyways. But anytime a man walk by, he got to look at my eyes to make sure that I'm not looking. He has some issue. He had some issue. And so I said, Jeff, why is it that because your auntie said something to you and now you don't? When it was just me and you knowing about it, you were okay with doing it. But what now that your Aunt Maddie know, it's a problem. You said I don't do it no more. Hey, they don't know him. People don't know him. People don't know him. Yeah, controlling. That ain't the word. People do not know him for real, but you're about to get to know him. And guess what? Like I said, I have no need to lie on him. None at all. I don't have no need to lie on him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna add nothing to nothing. I'm not gonna take nothing away neither though. Nope. Why? Because when I'm as good as I know I was, when you know for sure, see, it'd be different if I was this weird female, because see, a lot of females play a lot of games too. A lot of people do. A lot of females do. And women are a whole lot more better at it than men, because most often women are the smarter ones in a relationship. It just is, okay? I'm not trying to say, y'all feel what I'm saying. Come on now. But yeah, like, no, man. Like that's not so. It's not supposed to be like that. No. If you doing something and it's between you and your wife, guess what? Stand on that. If you okay with it, that's what you and your wife, stand on that. If somebody, so when the auntie asked him, he should have said, "Hey, this is me and my wife. Don't ask me nothing. Don't ask me. This me and my wife. I mean, you was okay with doing it, having me hold my head down when we walk. What are you afraid of? I'm like, I don't want nobody else. I try to give all the reassurance I could, and it was never enough. I don't want nobody else. Like, I'm not interested in that. You never have to work. But like they say, the only people that's constantly tripping like that, don't even want you to look at somebody, is people that know they doing wrong, which would explain why when I've looked in his phone and I see stuff like videos of him. Literally, how disrespectful can it be? Let me tell you, I'm looking through the phone one day, and I'm not just a look on through the phone person, but when you know you need to, you like, yeah, that intuition, it ain't gonna lie. And so one day I'm looking through it, and I mentioned this the other day, and I see this video of him recording himself. Who the hell does that? Like, he 50 years old, y'all. And he driving down Little York, almost at 45. He was right by that Popeyes, and said, rolled down the window, y'all, and said, "Damn, girl, you need a ride?" Pulled up in the Popeyes parking lot and stopped and waited while she walked by so you get a good look. Y'all know how that was hurtful. That was hurtful. It was hurtful to see that. And it was even more hurtful that the lack of apology and accountability, because he's a narcissist. So his response was, "Oh man, men do stupid shit like that. Man, that's just something that men do. Men do stupid shit like that. You think I wouldn't, you act like I cheated on you. You be blowing up like I cheated on you." Yeah. That's what the response was. Same thing like with the adultery just now. I had no idea. that it was some other woman involved all this time. He hid behind mental health, played on mental health, said, oh, it's my mental health. I just got to get my mental health together. Once I get my mental health together, I can just focus on our marriage. Please don't divorce me. Don't leave. Please. Please, you're the best thing that happened to me in my life. Please. No woman has ever loved me like my mama, but you. Please don't leave me. Please. To everybody that's on here, hey, like somebody said, they said that, stop going live. Stop going live. You just seem like a hurt, bitter, vindictive, and mentally unstable woman. And nobody with a degree will get on live and share what you're sharing. I would expect a whole lot more. I would expect more. People will try to use any and everything to silence you. They'll try to say you're crazy, you need to be quiet, your mental health, so on and so forth. I'm sorry that the pain is gone. For people that want me to be on here crying and broke down in pain, I experienced it. I'm just not right there no more. I'm not walking in pain no more. No. Nope. And for anybody that's not okay with that or don't believe it, that just think, oh, she's just so hurt. She's just so hurt and bitter. No. Let me tell you something. It's hurtful things, and I'm okay with that. Like, I don't know. I'm not afraid of those emotions. And I can tell that a lot of people are afraid of certain emotions. Pain, hurt, anger. A lot of people are like afraid of certain emotions, and I don't know. But I'm not. I'm not afraid of any of those emotions. What can they do to me? They can't kill me. Why do I need to be afraid of certain emotions? Maybe God designed me to feel certain things because I'm supposed to. Maybe when you find out that the person that you did so much sacrifice for, XYZ, whatever, had been living a double life, maybe it's supposed to be painful. Maybe it's supposed to be hurtful. I mean, like, why does that have to be such a horrible thing? I don't know. It's a lot of emotions that other people are projecting onto me. A lot of things that people are projecting onto me because they're afraid of them. People are afraid that they're going to look crazy if they share things. People are afraid that they're going to look mentally unstable. People are afraid that they're going to look uneducated. People are afraid that they're going to look this way. And so because they're afraid, they project this stuff onto me and have the audacity to make all these phone calls and text messages to me telling me to take something down just because I'm supposed to be afraid too. No, I ain't afraid. Nope, for what? I'm not afraid of none of that. Because I honestly don't care who thinks. I don't. I know that I'm not saying nothing but the truth. And if you know me, and if you don't know if you can't tell, if you don't know me like that, and you feel like she probably on here lying and bashing, I don't care if you think that. I don't have no need to lie on this man, on this boy. He's a 50-year-old boy. I have no need to lie on him. No need. At all. So I don't care if y'all think that. I wonder how many testimonies people sitting on that could free somebody, but they won't say it because they're afraid that somebody gonna think that they're mentally unstable if they say it, or somebody's gonna think that they don't have something together, that they're lacking something, that they're miserable, scorned, bitter, if they speak their truth to say not even their truth, if they just speak the facts. If they share their lived experience with somebody, so many more people could be set free. But too many people worried about how they gonna look, if who gonna say what, if they gonna be believed or not, or if people gonna think what about them. I wish I would. You got people that Bible thumpers, you hear me? People that know the word left and right like the back of their hand, could quote more scriptures than Moses himself, that are afraid to speak out and really truly And so they'll say anything to try to discourage me from sharing. Yeah, but when you share, you're not supposed to share like that. Or you're not supposed to share with this many people. You got to have this, share with a small group. Don't share with the public. Don't share. Don't do it this way. Don't do it that way. You said this wrong. You said that wrong. You can't do this. You can't say this. You can't. Man, look. I see what people mad at. Because I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't. If I know you somebody that genuinely care, and you tell me I posted something that was super offensive, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna take heed to what you're saying. And I may consider deleting it. But these videos, they're going up and they staying up. They're staying up. Hold me accountable, y'all that actually care. And I know. But if I post some crazy stuff that's just super offensive to people, reach out. But I know the spirit as soon as you open your mouth. I know the spirit behind what you're saying. As soon as you open your mouth, I don't know. Does this person, are they just trying to silence me? Or are they really just, you see what I'm saying? It's a difference. A lot of y'all have the same spirit as the ones that I was dealing with, that I was married to. So y'all would want to cover that. Y'all would want to cover it because you got the same spirit in you. I get it. I will not be silenced. I won't. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry it has to be that way. I don't have to talk from a place of pain, y'all. I'm sorry y'all want me to be in pain. People just keep putting me, oh, you just so, yeah, you're so hurt. It's hurt. That's what I'm not there right now. No. Maybe next week I might feel some pain from it, but I haven't felt pain from nothing that Jeff did in a few months. It's been a few months I felt pain. If you want to know what emotion I feel, I'll tell you. Anger? Oh, yeah. Yep, I just found out that the man I've been in a relationship with for 6 years, married for 3, had been living a double life and was out here, and that during our separation where we were supposed to be working on our marriage, so he says, because he begged me hundreds of times to don't go through with the divorce and swore up and down and never would want to sign the papers. Even 2 weeks ago, still told me that he wouldn't sign the papers. His exact words was, I'm going to try to drag it out as long as I can. Don't want to let me go. Don't want to let me go. Why? Seems like you done moved in with another woman. Why? You should happily sign the papers. What is wrong? That's so weird to me. Don't want to sign the divorce papers and don't want to do, like, come on now. Guess what I said? I'm so glad that we in Texas and I don't even need you to sign them. My attorney said he don't have to sign nothing. He ain't gonna stop nothing. And he not gonna prolong nothing. Only thing that's stopping it is the $1,200 I owe him. That's it. That's it. I'm contemplating starting a GoFundMe for that. a divorce GoFundMe. Divorce fund. Contemplating. Too many people do it, Ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about. Too many men do it. Go through life, years, decades, living life. You know what I'm saying? Just doing whatever, using people left and right. No accountability. Never exposed for it. Nah. People don't know who to cover and who to expose. That's the problem, and that's another big problem. People don't know which people to cover with prayer and which ones to expose. Only if we knew. Some folks, you need to expose. Everybody does not deserve covering. The grace to cover their stuff, whatever the strong. Everybody don't deserve that. No. No. Hey, do good to people. I promise you, when you do good to people and you're good, more good will come back to you. Life is gonna be life, y'all. Some messed up stuff is gonna happen in life. It's bound to, like, you know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have less of it the more good you do. You really do reap what you sow. I know the world say it's karma. The word of God said you reap what you sow. Whatever one fits for you, that's what it is then. But yeah, do good to people. Do good. To me, I don't know, I can't speak for everybody else, but to me, the most important thing in our lives is the way we treat each other. The love, the way we show up in love for one another. How we treat each other. Our relationships, not just marriages, friendships, relationships. To me, that's the most important thing in the world, are our relationships with each other. I value that. I don't like to just mess over people like that. No, I don't. It ain't no I don't like to. I don't. No, I have a good credit history as far as how I treat people. I do. Kiki, I saw you on here, and I started to, I don't know if I messaged you last night or not. I think I started to, but I erased it. But if you still on here, we were at Hobby together, and since I love you and I appreciate you and I apologize to you, we were at Hobby together, and one day we were by the showers, and me being the way that I used to be, I picked a fight with you. I think we almost had a fight. We may have touched each other a little bit and somebody broke it up, but I apologize. There wasn't nothing about you. That was all in me. I just saw you on here a few minutes ago, but I apologize for that. It may have been 10 years ago, but I'm still alive today, so. Yeah, we were at Hobby. That's about 11 years ago. I've been out 10 years. So, yeah, it's probably about 12 years ago. Sometime we was at Hobby, though. Kiki, if you still on here, hey, I'm still alive and you still alive. That means that I have the opportunity to apologize. I've been repentant, but I've never apologized to you for that. And I apologize. It was something over a shower. I know that. I think, yeah, we almost got into a bad fight, but yeah, anyways. Nah, I don't have no ill will towards people. I love people. I'm for people. I love to do good for people. I love to help people. And again, I believe we all struggle with something. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has their struggles. However, there's good and bad people in life. There are good and bad people in life. Some people may say, well, that's a judgment statement. That's a judgment statement. Who are you to say if somebody's bad or good? Well, you know what? People that use the name of God and say that they're a believer, you know what? Those are the ones that are in my life. Yeah, I'm going to see the fruits. And if they're an imposter, I'm going to still see the fruits, whatever they are. And imposters, once you realize that you have an imposter, you're Kiki, thank you. You there. Yeah, thank you, sis. Yeah, I love you. I don't have nothing against you. I love you. We went through some traumatic stuff together. We was both I love you. That wasn't nothing like, yeah, I just thank you for that. I appreciate that. Hey, Chandra. Yes, I'm going to be going live a lot because I have a lot to say and a lot to share. And it's going to take some months, some years. I don't know, but I'm going to get it all out. I have a lot of people to help. And yes, there are the people that want to silence me, and they going to be there. And I'm all right with it. It's okay. It comes with the territory. It's okay. I knew that once I went public and went and started making things vocal and started sharing certain things that I would get some backlash. And I decided when I first went live on Sunday that I was going to be okay with it. Instead of focusing on, oh my goodness, I'm praying for you. You didn't have to. I don't need sympathy, y'all. I don't need sympathy because I'm good. I promise I'm good. I'm in a good space. Mentally, I'm mentally well. I feel good. I feel great. Like, What's up? Oh, my bad, y'all. It said poor connection. I'm blessed, mentally well. Matter of fact, I meet with my therapist tomorrow, 6 to 7. I have therapy session. There you go, I don't know. I guess I'm passing through a bad areas, the bad reception over here, but yeah, nothing can justify y'all. You know, I want you to know I've repented, so that's why I'm not walking in condemnation. I have no need to condemn myself for anything I've done. Yes, I'm embarrassed by it. And yes, I feel horrible about it. However, I've repented from it, and that's, you know, so if you, let me say this about the spitting too. In the heat of those arguments where I would just get to this rageful boiling point, and this would happen like every 2-3 weeks. Like, we are getting into it bad. Not the spitting, but I probably spit on him probably about, I say 6 times, right? But the extreme arguments though, that was like every 2 weeks. I mean, extreme, because of the way he was spending his time. I'm not okay with that. You can't, no, 5th Ward and 3rd Ward all day long, every day while I'm working, while we're going through different phases of financial struggles and all of that. And no, no, I was blowing up. But the spitting though, you know, that's something I'm going to talk about it in therapy tomorrow. Even though I've repented, it's something I'm going to talk about in therapy tomorrow, because I want to be completely free from ever doing that again in my life, no matter how upset I get. And I know where it stems from. And I'll never forget, I was in the weekend before I was getting released from Hobby Unit. I had a fight. No. It wasn't that weekend before, but it was sometime during the Hobby Unit. I was in 5 building, I know that. And I had a fight. And in that fight, I spit on her. And I remember one of the sisters in there coming and talking to me about it afterwards. And she said, Vina, why would you spit on her? She said, you know, that's the nastiest thing you could do. Why would you do that? She said, she said, you had to think about that before you did it. Where did that come from? And I noticed, like, throughout life, like, I used to be a fighter. For those that don't know me like that and know me from years and years ago, over 20-something years ago, I was a fighter. I fought a whole lot. Men, women, boys, it didn't matter. I fought a lot. All throughout school, I fought middle school, high school. I was a tomboy, and I would fight a lot, you know, and more so as I got into street life, selling drugs and all of that. But as I was coming up, when I was a child, there were times, and I'm not going to say who, because this is not what that's about, but there were times that I was spat on by an adult in the midst of their anger. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? I was spat on by an adult in the midst of their anger, and it happened a few times by the same person. That's the only place that I could think that, because I was young then. I may have been 9 years old, you know, but I don't know if that's that attached to me. Maybe it's a spiritual, maybe it could be a demonic spirit or something that has followed me. I don't know, because I do know that throughout my life, different times that I have gotten into a physical fight with somebody, a lot of the times I would spit on them. And so and I hadn't until, I keep seeing slow connection. And when those arguments would happen, and I would be at my boiling point, at my breaking point, because after so many weeks or months, or, you know, all of the months of the same thing, 3rd Ward, 5th Ward, no money, broke, under the tree all day. Like, imagine being married to someone and that is their life. Like, 3rd Ward, 5th Ward, under the tree. If you can imagine how frustrating that is. It's times where, even since starting my business, and he not even working, I'm like, all right, you're going to go check on the machine and do this today, right? He like, yeah, I'm going to go do that. When he did have a car. They keep going out, so I pause when they go out. I don't know, reception bad, but I'm finna be at home and connect to my Wi-Fi. But yeah, so that would boil. I would take it for so many months or whatever, and then it would come out again, and we get and another one of those really, really bad. We would have the really, really bad arguments, but it wasn't that spitting all the time. But I do know that, like I said, we're going to talk about this tomorrow in my therapy session, because, no, that's not okay. I don't want to go through life like that. For one, I'm not a fighter no more. I don't get into fights with folks, okay, for one. But that's not all right. That's disgusting, and, no, that's not okay. Not okay. I just wanted to make sure I shared this part, and that's why I titled it When I Spit on My Husband, because I don't want to make it seem like I was just this perfect saint. I never did anything wrong. No, I responded to all the bull crap. I did not always respond in the best way. Put it like that. I didn't. A lot was going on, and I was not always responding to it in the best way. And none of that makes it right. It's not right. It's not okay. But I needed to say that, and that's what this live was for, about today, for me to say that and get that out. And again, to let y'all know, hey, I'm here, I'm good, I'm mentally well and feeling good, in good spirits. Today was a good day. Yes, I might get loud because I get passionate about when I talk about this, because I'm passionate about this type of stuff. And I'm passionate about this because I know that it doesn't get talked about. Not the specifics. Not really. Not really. It's not really talked about openly that much. It's not. So I'm passionate about this. And that's what you hear in my voice. You hear the passion. Yeah. And if people say, well, I hear the hurt too. You know what? I'm not afraid of the emotion of hurt. I'm not afraid of the emotion of pain, anger. I'm not afraid of none of that. That's your thing. You run from those things. I don't. I make room for them. I make room for them. Whenever pain needs to visit me, it can. Whenever anger needs to visit me, it can. I make room for it. But I get to control and decide how long it stays there. I get to decide how long my mind stays there. I get to decide that. Joy is a choice. Joy is a choice. Some people are really upset that I have the coping skills to be able to manage the way that I do. And don't like that because I'm not falling apart, broke down, crying. And so because I'm not, and they would be, they think that, oh, she really just broken. She just broken and hurt and just bleeding on everybody. No. Nope. Not at all. But I'm okay if anybody thinks that. I'm okay with that. If anybody thinks that, oh, this woman is just pain and scorn. She being vindictive. I'm okay with y'all thinking that because God knows my heart for real. I'm not being vindictive. I am exposing the person I was married to. I'm speaking the choice. I'm sorry, the truth. I just saw the word choice right there from Aisha, but I'm speaking the truth. I'm not going to lie on him at all. I know what I sacrifice. I know what I sacrifice, and that's the reason why. When you give of yourself the way that I did, when you give of yourself the way that I did in my marriage, yeah, it needs to be told. It needs to be told. I have to break it. I have to speak. I have to speak out against this master manipulator, con artist, who's on his way back to prison and don't know it. And I ain't speaking that over him. That's just the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. He don't know it. Everybody knows it. Nothing has changed. Certain sayings, they're a saying for a reason. The life of hustling out in the streets, you got two options, death or jail. I didn't make that up, but it's truth to it. It's truth to it. When God deliver you from something for real, you despise that thing. And all that hustling, hanging under all that lifestyle, I despise it because God had been set me free from it for real. And so I despise it. And that's the reason why I would flip out the way I would. Because of the things we talked about all those years. None of this was part of the plan. That's right. Thank you, Christy. You saw the sacrifice. Thank you. I appreciate the people that understand. You don't get that from anybody. The way I sacrifice, you don't find people in the world just doing that. You don't. People don't do that. People so fake out here. It's hard to find genuinely loving, caring people that really care for you for real, because too many people are out for their own agenda and out to get over on people. So if you find a real person, that's rare. Consider yourself blessed. Somebody that ain't gonna fold on you. Somebody that's gonna hold you down in prayer. Who will sacrifice on your behalf in prayer? Who will stand with you and fast on your behalf in prayer? Who will go without some food for you? Who will? People wouldn't miss a meal for somebody, for the next person. I did many times. Laying on my face on the carpet, praying. Yeah. Sad. Some people, God won't even be able to use you to the extent that he could. Because if you felt like it's gonna make a fool out of you, if you felt like people are gonna look at you weird, you ain't gonna even do it. You ain't gonna do what God wants you to do. How do I know? Because people called me today. Called me and told me that. They said, you look like this. You look like you're mentally unstable. You look like you're just a scorned woman. You look like you're just being vindictive. So that lets me know, for some people, if they feel like, if God wants them to do certain things, it just depends on how they feel about it. Because if they feel like they're going to be embarrassed by it, by people, or if they feel like they're going to be made fun of, or if they feel like they may be looked at as if they're crazy, if they feel like any of those things, then they're going to say no to God. They're going to ignore whatever he's impressing on their heart to do. They ain't going to do it. They ain't going to do it. So with some people, who done went through some stuff that they probably should have spoke out about publicly. That's right. That God wanted them to. But they said, nah, I will look like a fool. I can't air that out, God. I gotta keep that one. Yeah. Nope. Can't nobody hold nothing against me. Can't nobody bring up nothing in my past. Can't nobody, you know what? Somebody may say, you know what? Why you trying to expose him? What if he exposed you? And when you live the life I live, you ain't got to worry about that. When you live a real good life for real, and you're really good to people for real, guess what? You don't have to worry about nobody exposing you for being a bad person. You ain't got to worry about that because you know it ain't true. Ha! I don't have to worry about it. Yeah. You better say something else. He can talk about any of my whatever. Yeah. I can boldly stand on how I treat people. I don't treat people messed up. I don't do that. I don't mess around using people and all that. No. And again, who at 50 years old in 2024, and you still in 2024 out here in Houston, Texas, the way HIV, AIDS, and syphilis, those three things are on the rise like that, especially syphilis. Syphilis is on the rise in Houston, Texas, like y'all wouldn't believe. I work in this field. We see the new numbers and stuff, the new statistics. Syphilis is on the rise like never before. And to be 50 years old and still out here carelessly inserting yourself into people, left and right, no protection, same. And that person deserves to be covered? That person deserves to be covered? Bullshit. No. No, we exposing. We exposing. I am. I am. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. It may not always come across the right way. Why? Because I'm a human being. That's why. Because I'm human. I'm human first. I'm flesh. So yeah, you're going to see some of that. But at the end of the day, I know I'm supposed to be sharing what I'm sharing. I might say some stuff that I shouldn't say or word it the wrong way. But guess what? I know I'm supposed to be sharing what I'm sharing. I'm supposed to be doing this. This is not comfortable for me at all. I'm not in my comfort zone. This is not my comfort zone. When the hell have y'all ever seen me going live talking like this? No, I don't. It's time though. Right now it's time. And for God, I gladly get out of my comfort zone. He used me all the way through. He used me throughout the marriage as a vessel for my husband. I was a vessel. What God, and this is the thing, nothing at all was a mistake. Nothing. Our marriage wasn't even a mistake. Ordained by God. Do you know that God can bless you with things and God can want to bless you with very good things? Do you know that you can walk outside of his will? It don't matter what God bless you with. Do you know that you have the opportunity to mess up any blessing he gives you? Marriage is no exception. Just because something doesn't work out, it does not mean that God wasn't in it or didn't want it. People make their own decisions all day long. We do. I did it for years and walked outside of God's will for my life. Just because I didn't do right, it didn't mean that it wasn't his will. No, just because Jeff didn't do right in our marriage does not mean that it was not God's will for us to be married. I know what God showed me clearly. And that's the reason why. That's what y'all don't understand. That's the reason why I'm not on here broken like that. Because of my obedience, this is my reward. This is my reward. I get to be on here and talk clearly and not with a bunch of pain and crying. How am I going to empower somebody when I'm being in a victim mindset on here broken and crying? I ain't going to be able to empower people like that. They're going to be feeling sorry for me. But guess what? Don't be mad, y'all. God chose me for this assignment. And that's the reason why he sheltered my heart from the pain. That's the reason why when we split up, 2 months of deep, dark depression, 2 months of crying daily, 2 months of missing work. I unexpectedly had to leave work early, had to come, not go to work, not show up Sundays, just calling in. 2 months straight. 2 months. Like I said yesterday, I couldn't even have certain items in my house. Why? Because I was afraid. I was afraid. And I knew. 2 months. And after them 2 months went by of complete brokenness, I'm walking back in joy. I'm walking in my healing. I'm walking in my healing. None of y'all, nobody will ever be able to tell me you're not supposed to share until you heal. Keep trying to use stuff to shush me out of your ignorance. That's an ignorant statement to say. Don't share until you heal. I'm going to be healing. I'm going to be walking and healing until the day I die. When I get to heaven, when my soul gets to heaven, that is when I will be healed. Until then, everything that has happened to me alike in my life, whether it was by somebody else or me, whatever pain I've endured, I am in healing. I'm walking in my healing. I make room for it. It is a part of my life. It's a part of my life. And yes, I can share about stuff while I walk in my healing. I talk about everything else while I walk in my healing. Why I gotta wait 5 years, 10 years, 20 years after God done set me free from it before I have the courage to open my mouth and talk about it? Who set that rule? Who set the rule that said you're not supposed to talk about stuff until, I don't know. People got all these type of rules set up and want you to abide by them. I'll be damned. The devil is a lie. No, my life won't be governed by somebody else's rules. My life won't be governed by other people's fears. People are afraid to talk about stuff and want me to be afraid with them. Somebody got to talk about it. If everybody in the world kept all their business to themselves, who would ever be helped? Who would ever be saved? Who would ever be loved? Like, we need each other. We get farther in life the more we share the stuff that with the difficult stuff that we go through. Because when other people go through it, they be thinking it's just them and that they're just so odd. But what if it was so normalized that people really openly talked about their issues? And it was this normal thing. That people stop believing some lie about they're healed. Oh, I'm healed now. That happened then and I'm healed now. Once you believe that lie, when it does resurface, you're in denial about it. You're in denial about it. Don't even realize that the very trauma you claim to be healed from, when it resurfaces 10 years later, because you convince yourself that you're healed from it, right? And now here it is again, wreaking havoc in your life, and you don't even acknowledge, you don't even recognize what it is. That it's the same bull crap from 10 years ago, because you have convinced yourself that you were healed and didn't realize that healing is a whole lifelong journey. Healing is a whole lifelong journey, and it's okay. It's all right. I'm free. I'm free. How much freer can I be than to know that thousands of people been looking at these videos every day, people that I don't even know, and you got to be real free to be okay with not just your friends, because I'm starting to make these public. I'm going to go back and change the setting to some of those other ones, but yeah, I'm walking in my freedom. I'm walking in my truth. I'm walking in my power. I'm walking in my anointing. I'm walking in grace. I'm walking in love. I'm walking in forgiveness. I'm walking in all the things, including hurtful stuff. I'm walking in healing from that stuff. God has graced me to be able to walk in healing from that stuff so that I don't have to live my life each day in pain. What a life. Tomorrow not promised. Who's to say I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I spend my last moments moping and crying about stuff that's out of my control? You can't make nothing. None of this is my fault. I know that. You can't make somebody appreciate you. You can't make somebody value you or cherish you or see the God in you. You can't make somebody see what God has for them or you. You can't. And you damn sure can't help an addict is not ready. They gotta be ready. They gotta be ready. Period. Jeff had that wife. I used to tell him, you know what? If you was ever in a wreck or something happened, if you were paralyzed, I'd be faithful to you to the day one of us died. Take good care of you. Very good care. Without hesitation. Sure would have. Sure would have. And I'm okay that it didn't work out. You know why? Because I know that God got something so special for me. For I don't know when. I don't know when or how he gonna send him, but I know he on the way. I know he on the way. How I know? Because he done moved this bust out the way so that this imposter out the way. He done moved this rinky-dink ass bust out the way so that my husband can come. So that's how I know. That means that because God is shutting this door, he got something better out for me on the other side. Well. I'll be ready. I'll be ready. And until then, I'll continue that God, you know what? Prepare me to be the wife that my husband needs. Prepare me to be the wife that my husband needs. Yeah. God's got a blessing with my name on it. My father-in-law, he tell me that. God got a blessing with your name on it. Boy, it's cold when your own father-in-law, my own father-in-law, his father, tell me dozens of times he told me, it's a man out there that'll treat you right, daughter. It's a man out there that'll treat you right. God's got a blessing with my name on it. with my name on it. Woo! He got a blessing with my name on it. He got a blessing with my name on it. Stop trying to silence me, y'all. Stop. You know who you are, all of y'all. Stop. Just stop. It's okay. If it's too much for you to listen to, if it's too much, just go ahead and unfriend me, because I'm not going to stop. It might be some years before I stop talking. Yeah. It might be a while. So just go ahead and unfollow, unfriend. I love you. I love you. But you can't shush me. No. I'm free. I'm free from it all now. I'm not living in hell no more. I was living in hell. I'm not living in it no more. I'm free. For real, Don. For real. He moved that bust out the way so he can make room for my husband. Nobody got time to play. Life too short. Life too short. I'm going to get off here. I need to run in the store real quick. I love y'all. And I pray that y'all have a good night. Who knows? I might get back on here again tonight. I might. Maybe I'll encourage some of the people that's trying to shush me. Who knows? But y'all have a blessed evening. If I don't get back on here again, if I do, join me. Join me. Follow my YouTube, if you will. Send stars if you want to. I love you too. I love y'all. I love you, Isha, Don, Amber, Quita, Margaret, Pastor Anderson, Kim, man, flashback. Yeah, you know, shoot. Mindy, Landry, wow. Monique, she said, I felt like I was losing myself trying to make him a better man is when I decided to leave 16 years of marriage behind and didn't look back. Yeah, I don't promote divorce, but I'm glad you're free, sis. I'm glad you're free. Marriage, we should be bringing out the best in each other, you know? Any relationship, you should be bringing out the best in each other, not the worst. Not the worst. Marriage is not easy. It's not, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. It's so much value in it. So much value in it. I believe in it. I believe in marriage wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. I believe in it, marriage. Hey, Mama Glow, I love you. I love you. With my name on it. That song gonna be in my head all night. God's got a blessing with my name on it. With my name. Hey, he got a blessing with my name on it. That I know. It's a good day. It'll stop raining. I love y'all. I'm gonna get off here and run in the store real quick. I have a lot to share, and it's for the people that it's for. Period. It's for the people that it's for. Yeah. God has forgiven me. God has forgiven me. He's forgiven me. That's not who I am. And see, that's the difference. It's people that will do stuff, and it's something it's the posture of your heart. It's people that will do stuff. It don't matter whether it was adultery, spitting in somebody's face or what. But you need to do what you need to do to make it right. I've apologized to Jeff. I said, I'm so sorry for spitting on you all the times I did. I said, I promise that will never happen again. That's not okay. It's not. No. No, I don't want to do that. That's not me. Nope. That's who I used to be. And I don't want that person to... No, because I know that person don't have reign over me. But it's kind of like a thorn in your side that every now and then it's something you gotta stay on top of it. You know, when God sets you free from stuff, you gotta really keep walking in your deliverance. Yeah. You gotta walk in your deliverance. Life is a challenge enough. Life is challenging enough. It's difficult enough. We don't have to make it more difficult for each other. You know, all the games and stuff. Nobody had time for that. Calling my phone, talking about Jeff dead, telling me my husband dead and all that. The little stupid girlfriend. Sweetheart, you don't know who I am. And you don't know you don't know, you just don't know. You're going to wind up having some problems. Anyways. But, yeah, no. If I don't come to you, don't come for me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. No, you keep him. I don't want him back. I don't want him back. You keep him. That's yours. No. Baby. Some of these women be thinking they got a prize. Wait till that mental health starts showing and he can't hide and he can't. Shoot. I had a lot of help to deal with it. I had a lot of help to deal with what I was dealing with. A lot. A lot of coping skills. A lot. If you ain't, hey, better be careful out here. Be very careful. All right, y'all. I'm finna get off here. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.